ambassador of Ukraine. My name is Volodymyr Tolkach. I serve in this post here in Kuwait more than 4 years. So, I mean, maybe I'm a veteran in the diplomatic corps. In this case, I have some experience and little bit, not all, but little bit recognize myself here in Kuwait, what are the holidays, how to celebrate it and so on. As well, we celebrate also our national holidays. With me only half of my family, because here is my wife Irina. She is also 4 years, more than 4 years here in Kuwait with me, and our youngest daughter, because we have also 2 daughters older. They are in Ukraine. One worked, one studied in Ukrainian university. Young daughter Katerina, she is studying here in New English School. It's a little bit about us. My country had very complicated history. 70 years we live in some other determinations and dimensions as a communist regime. Today we renew our traditions, first of all Ukrainian traditions and traditions of all nations that live in our country. First of all, we became back to our church and religion beliefs. For example, for me was not very easy, because I became back to the church after 30 years old, because before this, understandable, the official religion of our country was atheism, you see. So today, the most part of our country, there is Christians. First of all, Orthodox Christians, but in Ukraine now living more than 2 million Muslims. A lot of them spread around all Ukraine. In Ukraine, this time we have the great land. Some of my friends say that this is the same as a Ramadan in Kuwait. 40 days, during 40 days our Christians don't eat all animal food, not only animal but some products of animal food, for example milks, butter and so on. In this case I try to avoid some lunches here in Kuwait, because it's a very pity when you see and cannot eat. But really this is one of our religion belief. What can I say you, that all these things, it's just only part of our culture and our religion. First of all, when we say about some tradition, it might be settled in your mind. You see, not only not to eat something, but also to think something, to avoid bad things, to do something that self-restriction, you see. And maybe the Holy Ramadan, as well as our great land, this is a time to restrict you, to put you in some good belief how to think better, how to do better. So this is what I think, but I mean that you may say that this is not equal, but like Ramadan today in Ukraine. Our children also, not children, but our women before this day try to paint eggs in all part of Ukraine. This is different painters. Sometimes it's red, yellow, and that's all. Sometimes it's have a lot of pictures in the eggs. Our children try to compete with these eggs, who will beat with one egg with another. It's kind of game about the children. Sometimes it's funny. We try to keep all these months with you in traditional manner, so we don't eat in the street or in the public places all day long. For me, I was surprised when I come here, because before this I worked in Iraq, so I have some experience in Ramadan, but I was surprised with this style of gapka, you see, when all invited you to eat together in these places. It's very interesting. For me, I was surprised. Some friend told me that this period of your life, first of all, this is a period of your, when you try to take your thought about God, about Allah and so on. In my mind, it's very interesting that some my friends expressed me that all people during this month may feel in equal position. So poor people that don't have the bread and rich people that don't have that have this bread, they have to avoid all eat and drink during this sun time of. It very surprised for me, because what I feel in Muslim religion, that Muslim religion have a lot of things that can help. For example, Muslims, one Muslim for other one, rich for poor, and so on, so on. I was surprised with this, really. But during the Ramadan, it's very interesting to see how people count it. For example, in Iraq, I was a little bit hesitate, because soldiers don't eat all day long, and you see that maybe it's not very secure for you because they try to sleep in the checkpoints. But really, it's very interesting situation. It's very interesting for us, and I met what I can tell you. We try to keep all this period as Muslims and all population of Kuwait.
Світ калини ламала, світ калини ламала, 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 комарики зубрики ламала, 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 комарики зубрики ламала, там кучечки в'язала, там кучечки в'язала, 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 комарики зубрики в'язала, 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 комарики зубрики в'язала.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode and found all the interviews very beneficial. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Please tune in next week at the same time.